For those of you joining us on YouTube in the future, Magic Online just locked up when my opponent put a foil Sphere of Resistance on the stack, so we're restarting it now. G. Miller, thank you very much for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for the continued support. We're going to be able to... All right, we did it. We did it. We resolved a foil Sphere of Resistance. I did see this Great Dragons list. I'm going to be honest, if that was the deck someone had sent me for a donation deck list, I probably would have rejected it. Modern is a glorious dumpster fire of a format. Yep. Okay. Who's excited for these Noble Hierarchs? I'm excited for these Noble Hierarchs. Joke's on you, opponent. I can still cast my spells. I don't know why the shop's deck is playing Null Rod. That seems like a weird inclusion. Oh no! 2 Mo's, the 35-month resubscription. Are you going to be the first 36-monther? I should check my thing and see who's going to be the first 36-monther. I think it's either you or it's going to be... It's you or Trey, one of the two. At any rate, thanks for putting up with me for almost 3 years. Well, I mean, I guess we do this. I've got plenty of crap to discard. Is this card good, chat? What do we think? What do we think? Is this one good? This card seems okay. Unfortunately, they don't let you cheat on sub-icons, Eneronix. It's not something I can give out. All right, well, we're done here. Let's just move along with our lives. I think we have Katakis or something like that in the board, maybe, hopefully. Oh, we have Energy Fluxes, right? Or is that the other deck? Oh, we have Energy Fluxes. Nature's Claims. All right, get in here. What do we not want? Thalia is probably a little bit medium here, especially because we're trying to cast these things. Chalice probably isn't very good here. Thorn isn't very good here. That's super clean. Look at that. The person that built this deck thought about what they were doing. Do I want this Swords to Plowshare? The Familiar's not very good either, right? We'll bring in this Plow. Energy Flux says... Energy Flux is a double... It's a double Kataki, basically. They have to pay 2 for their artifacts every upkeep, or they die. Oh, Manglehorn's great, right? Oh no. Oh no, Mangles, get in my deck. Get in my deck, Mangles. Another step closer to my sword. Morosith, thank you for the 2-month resub. Be sure to drop me a message in private. Let me know what deck that is already in the queue you'd like to see this month. Bazaar of Baghdad, Squee, Goblin, Nabob. No, this is vintage Hollowed One Eneronix. We've got the combo, chat. You know, you might not have known that we were playing a combo deck, but we are. You might not have known that we were playing a combo deck, but boy howdy are we playing a combo deck. I probably should have kept the Misty, whatever. Oh no! I should have kept my other Bazaar. I'm so sad. Thanks for all the content, Jeff. Can't wait for more mid-range friendly Magic Origins. Yeah, me too, Spellweaver. Me too. Looking forward to that myself. I'm gonna play this 1/1 for one. Let's get in here. Is this madness? This is Sparta! It's so sad that this was 1/1 later. We could have discarded it to the Bazaar. They have a Bazaar as well? That's weird. I wonder if they also have hollowed boys and girls in their deck. Oh, Tarmogoyf. Look at this just good, honest beatdown. Just nothing to see here. Just good, honest green and colorless creatures giving them the business. We can probably swing something like that, Morriseth. You got a nice circlet there next to your name as well. Hey, appreciate the people with the circlets and the crowns. Nice, Stumpy Robot. They are also playing Hollowed One. Okay. Interesting. I'm really sad that I discarded this second Bazaar here. Death Shadow is a hard matchup for... It's a pretty hard matchup for the blue-red deck. You just don't have good ways to deal with a lot of their threats. I definitely want this Manglehorn in my deck. That's not close. I probably don't need Wonder in this matchup. Just to give him the business. Morning, Jeremy. What's sweet about Madness is that Madness counts as discarding the card still, so like it still counts for Hollowed One, which is great. I mean, this hand's absurd. I'd like to keep. I somehow skipped month 2 and jumped straight for 3. Miman, Jeff Miman, thank you. Adrondis Arcanian for the 3-month resub. I appreciate it. Moradeth with the 5-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. Thanks, folks. I appreciate it. This still lets me play it on 1, right? I'm pretty sure that's how this works, right? Oh, geez. Oh, gosh, chat. Chat, we're gonna do it! We're gonna do it, chat! We're gonna do it! Oh, who's excited? I'm excited. I'm excited! I would like to caption this screenshot, nice sphere of resistance. Thank you for the biddies. This is great. This is just fair and balanced Magic the Gathering. Look at that. We ain't need no force of will. We ain't need no force of will. LOL vintage is the perfect response. LOL vintage. Yeah, that one deserves a tweet. That's great. Why isn't Bazaar of Baghdad modern legal, chat? I don't understand. Why isn't Bazaar of Baghdad modern legal? Wouldn't that make everything much better? All right, let's start with this. See what we got going on. Oh, I forgot to play my land. If I would have played my land, I could have played Basking Rootwalla. What a tilt. Well, I guess I'm just discarding the survival and the squee. And am I just pitching a spirit guide to play this since I messed up? I think I am. Yeah, I'm gonna play it off the spirit guide. Feels bad, but it is what it is. Definitely better than just like not casting it, I think. Nice jump block. Go to 4. Bazaar's modern legal is just called Burning Inquiry, basically. I like how they were still playing Magic. Just like go to 2. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. Do, 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 do. This deck is sweet. This is what you should be doing with Bazaar of Baghdad, just casting Hallowed Ones and Vengevines. Let's do it. What's going on, Full Metal? Good morning. I like how there's like the survival of the fittest in this deck. It's just like, nah, bro, it's fine. We got Bazaar of Baghdad. Bazaar Hallowed One, let's do it. Survival should probably just be crop rotations. It's funny because it's true. Yeah, it puts the 1-year badge up a little bit before your 12-month free subs, or your 12-month free sub sometimes. So have a sword, Steamflogger boss, defend the realm with honor. Tom Gatherer, soon I will have more months than you have years. Thank you for the 25 months, Tom. I appreciate it. John Doe, with that brand new Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month. So we got a couple of vintage decks to start off the morning, and then we're gonna transition into some modern. Well, we might do a couple. We're gonna see how long this queue time is. If these queue times are like, that's not bad. If the queue times get absurd, we won't do a second vintage deck, but hopefully they're not too bad. Have you ever played blue-white land still? I've not. I don't think so. No, that's a lie. We played a land still variation, but it wasn't very good. It wasn't like what Jody Keefe played. What's going on, Boy Toy Troy? Welcome. Hope your girlfriend feels better. This is a pretty easy mulligan, right? This doesn't do much. Ah, yes. The old turn 1 judge's familiar survival of the fittest, just like we drew it up. Confusion is bliss with the 3-month resub, 3 months of memes and life lessons. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thanks for re-upping and welcome back. I don't think we have to strictly mold Bazaar. I think in a matchup where we're racing, we probably want to mulligan a little bit aggressively for Bazaar, but I think this seems pretty okay. Am I dead yet? Nope. I mean, we're kind of dead. We're kind of dead. All right. I think we just concede, right? Yeah, I'm just going to concede. How often do I switch formats? We mostly just play Modern on here. I just had a couple of vintage decks that I'd accepted that I needed to work through at the back of the queue. It's fine. Chat, we're an expert in this matchup. literally undefeated in it, so just everybody out there, calm down. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through it. And while Vintage has some sweet, wacky things that happen, in my experience playing it, a lot of the matches in this format feel really swingy because the way a restricted list works, it creates kind of high variance games of Magic because you have, you know, basically the power level of your deck varies drastically depending on, oh, I cut this last time, right? Varies drastically depending on which of those powerful cards you see. I could theoretically keep this. It doesn't seem very good though, right? I guess it's okay. It's like turn 1 Noble Mox, turn 2 Manglehorn, like destroy something. This is probably fine. This is probably the low end of keepable. I don't think I'm supposed to time walk on one. I don't think I want to turn 1 Mangle. I think I want to use Mangle to destroy something. Yeah, and like if they don't give us something we want to blow up with Mangle, I can just like put the Vengevine into play and beat them down. Because like while the opponent's deck has a lot of powerful lock pieces, like it's actually not that amazing at dealing with things that get on the board. Oh look, just another average low variance Vintage game. That's actually very good for us. That definitely could have been worse. Certainly could have been worse. At 2 months, this is the longest friendship I've ever had. Keep up the good work. Thank you for the 2-month resubscription, Roscoe. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Be sure we have a fancy new Google Doc form linked under the stream. You can fill that out to send in your donation deck for the month with your tier 3 sub. Thanks for re-upping at that big level. I appreciate it. We're probably dead here because they had Mishra's Workshop. This is shops for those that aren't familiar with Vintage, and I guess I should talk about that. I'm not super familiar with Vintage, but shops is one of the best decks in this format. Probably the best deck. All the people I follow on Twitter that play Vintage do nothing but complain about Workshop, so I assume it's very good. The Stony Silences in the sideboard, I believe, are primarily for the Paradoxical Storm decks. I don't think we're supposed to board it in there. Like, we have Energy Fluxes and Nature's Claims that I was bringing in there. Like, some shops decks even play things like Null Rod, because they really don't care about their activated abilities. Just wanted to let you know, Jeff, I went straight from watching YouTube, Enduring Ideal, into Meme Monday. It feels like I got to extend Meme Monday by an hour and a half. What's going on, Espo? We had some good ones over the weekend. I've been sinusy for the last couple of weeks. You might have maybe developed some summer allergies, seasonal allergies. If I was a responsible adult, I might go in and get an allergy panel, but it doesn't really impact my life that much, so it's fine. I think we can make that happen, Jet. Ender, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Hey, Jet, speaking of, I know you've been playing a lot of Crystal Brain. You should check my link in the article previews when you get a chance. It is a series of sideboard guides for a couple of decks I've been playing. All right. Well, turn 1 Thalia is probably absurd against a lot of this format, right? Do I want to Spirit Guide Noble Hierarch? Probably. Yeah, Jousty, that just doesn't really qualify for me Mondays, though. Flooded Strands. Whoa. Whoa. How do you cast artifacts with Flooded Strand, opponent? I don't understand. I don't understand. See if they have a misstep here or not. They could have a Force of Will as well. Oh, punted. Punted. Could have played the Bazaar and then played this Hollowed Boy, huh? I'm gonna hold the Noble Hierarch to this Bazaar now, though. I'm judging you, opponent. I'm judging you. Gosh, this lets me turn extra Thalias into good stuff, too. This is so great. It did play around Flusterstorm, did. Well, they couldn't cast Flusterstorm because of Thalia. So playing around Flusterstorm's irrelevant. I don't really know what the opponent's doing. Do you think it's safe to just board in Stony Silence? I think I board in Stony Silence. You'd board in Trap. Do we just put them on a Storm deck? I feel like there's a chance we should put them on the Storm deck. There's definitely a Time Vault in their deck, but like, there's a lot of decks in Vintage that like play Time Vault key because it's just like a 2-card combo along with Tinker. So it doesn't really, like, I'm trying to estimate like what else they could have. I don't know that I want to go deep on the Energy Fluxes too. That seems like it might be overboarding. Yeah, Outcome runs Vault Key. The Stonies, the Claim, the Manglehorn. This might be too much. I'm not going to bring in the Trap. Esper Colors, Voltaic Key is PO. I mean, PO is basically a Storm deck. What else do I want to cut here? Do I just cut the Survivals? Are they just too slow? I could see just cutting the Survivals. They're probably just too slow. The rest of these cards are good. I feel like we'd say this in Legacy a lot too if this card was legal in Legacy. It's like, well, this is too slow. Let's try this. I feel like Energy Flux isn't good enough against PO Storm if that's what they're playing. This hand doesn't do anything, so we're going to mulligan. Yep. I guess I'll keep that. Hopefully we get a turn 1. Fallen Dark, thank you very much for the 2-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Judge's Familiar is actually kind of a sweet draw here because it means that I can crack this for white and then cast Stony and Judge's Familiar. Oh, I guess I already had Mox Sapphire, huh? Oh, I was gonna Stony, so like, why did I keep this Mox? That was dumb. That was dumb. I think we do need Chalice for 0 and Stony out because my opponent's going to have, well, for starters, they're going to have Force of Will. Meme Monday in 5 months in a row. Thank you, Mad Sid, for the resub there. I appreciate it. Yeah, my stream decker is set to overlay, Marty, because the other thing is like awkward. It leaves this giant thing on the screen, and I like it to slide in and out. Sinbred, thanks for the 5 months. Thanks for putting up with me for so long. Welcome back. Modern Storm in the queue. I don't think so currently, Dono. You can take a peek yourself. I think we just played Modern Storm recently. I think that was the only, I'm pretty sure that was the only copy in there. 2/3 of a pair of boots. Pikes, thanks for re-upping there. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thank you everyone for the support. Yep, that's Time Vault. Get my Nabob back here. Looking for a white source. Those aren't white sources. Oh, I guess I was gonna have to... Huh. I didn't fully think about that. I'm bad at remembering this. Dr. Armadillo, thanks for the 2-month resub. Welcome back. So we're dead to Voltaic Key or Tinker here. Let's do the time warp again. Is this the Boogeyman of Vintage? Is Vintage just like a 2-deck format? Is it just like PO Storm and Shops? Oh, there's Dredge, yep. That's a mentor. Is this card good enough? I don't actually know if this card's good enough. I feel like it's not. I feel like I'd rather have my Hallowed Ones. I'm gonna click submit. Yeah, we're gonna play Vintage Belcher. Well, I mean, I can turn 1 Lotus to Vengevine, but that's not very good, right? I think this is a mulligan. Ancient is also bad. Well, I mean, this isn't very good, but it's funny. This is madness! This is madness! I don't know how my opponent's ever gonna possibly beat Trip Basking Rootwallas on one. They could never possibly win. Our deck's so unfair. Our deck's just the most unfair. Our opponent's just very unlucky. Gosh. This old Lotus is so ugly. I'm sure I just offended infinite people that like vintage content by saying that, but this Lotus is hideous. Is there a Tundra in my deck? Or sorry, I don't need a Tundra. So I can discard this, and this, and then I go land, boop. This Dahlia is pretty good actually, right? Don't talk bad about my Lotus. The new Lotus and these new Moxes, I think they're quite stunning. But I think this old, like the OG Moxes and OG Lotuses, I really don't think they're visually appealing. Look at us attacking for 3 on turn 2. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Yeah, I agree. The old duels are really ugly. I hate the stupid swirl the dual lands have in the text box. It's really hideous in my opinion. This Vintage League is quickly reminding me why we took a break from Legacy. Just like, there's so many sweet things there's so many sweet combinations of cards that you can play in these old formats, but the power level of the decks that are so good is just so absurd in comparison to sweet things like this that like these things just aren't very good on average. It represents design of the... It definitely represents designs of the early 90s. I agree with that. Just early 90s design is rancid by and large. Griffinson with the 13-month tier 3 resub. Thank you for the continued support. We've got that fancy deck submission queue link underneath the stream, so be sure to send me whatever you want me to O3 with this month. This deck couldn't even win in the Vintage Super League, which had building restrictions, which made all the decks worse than optimal. That's saying something, Langler. Yeah. Yep. Like I said, I had this, and then someone asked me if we were going to do Vintage anyways, if I'd try this Belcher deck, so I figured we'd blast these off, and then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled Modern content. I mean, this deck's got sweet things going on. We got to Vengevine double hollowed 1-on-1 off of Bazaar. That was kind of sweet. I don't always incinerate tickets, but when I do, it's because we're playing a format that's not modern. It seems fine. Yeah, I agree, Jackal Girl. Fully agree that what we have is reasonable based on the resources that they had at the time. Fully agree with that assessment. This is the part where our opponent, like, craps their pants a little bit because we have Bazaar on 1 and kept 7 cards. Then they're going to see us discard Basking Rootwalla and they'll feel much better. I don't think... Am I supposed to play this Chalice on 0? I don't think so. Nah, Jake's not really into video games. Declan has started playing games on the tablet, though, my younger one. Declan's been playing. What did we install over there? We installed a PJ Masks game and a Transformer Rescue Bots game that he was both playing. Jake plays with trains. He's a big Thomas junkie. We've got like 8 different tracks on every floor of the house. That's not even true, JMM. I pretty much, I actually turn a profit when we're playing modern leagues, even with the average deck quality that we play being kind of low. Mattman, I have a question. Did you actually purchase a mattress or did you just click the link? They were having an issue. I wonder if they fixed it yet. Did you just click through to the link, Mattman, or did you actually purchase one? If you purchased one, great. They're great. But I'm not sure if that actually works. So we do have a train emote for Jake. That's true. I forgot about that one. Do I want a Bazaar here? I guess I don't really care about this drop, right? I'm going to lead on the hollowed one because they might force this because I think the Thalia is more important overall. If our opponent's trying to do something honest, we might do okay here. We've got, well, we're hitting them to 18, and we've got 7 power in play. Technically 9 power with the pumps on this. How many mattresses have I sold? I don't know. Their dashboard is Fubart, I think. It's at least 1. Ah, yes. The fair and balanced soul ring. Squee, Goblin, Nabob. I think we're always supposed to do this because we could hit Basking Rootwallas, right? Roar, 2 turn clocks. My first ever resub, Dougie Adams. Thank you for the 2 months. Thanks for re-upping. Welcome back. Welcome to Meme Monday. Everyone's out there, had a good weekend, having a great start to your week. Welcome, welcome. Am I dead yet? Opponents done nothing but cantrip and cast mana rocks. Oh no, chat! Chat, they're sculpting our minds! They're sculpting our minds! This seems almost as unimpressive as it is in Modern, huh? I get to pick my Nabob back up for free here. Do you have any desire to travel outside the country and see the rest of the world? Not really. There's also like the United States is quite large, so I'm not really sure what the huge, well, Well, that's just dandy, chat. Some dandy candy here. Cast you for free. Cast Elvish Spirit Guide. Trigger my Venge Vines. Nice Chase the Mind Sculptor, opponent. Look at that. We found somebody we could beat. We found someone playing a worse deck than us. They just had to register Jace the Mind Sculptor. Nice, Tinny. The Spirit Guide art is gorgeous. You are not wrong. Alright, now that we've flexed our muscles against the Jace the Mind Sculptor deck, I don't think I'm sideboarding anything in. I might click submit. Yeah, I'm gonna check out this Chalice of the Void and put in this Manglehorn. Let's do that. Alright, if this hand finds a Hollowed One or another Basking Rootwalla, we get to Vengevine on one. And we get 3 draws of finding either of those. Oh, we can also just find like Noble Hierarch too, right? So we can pitch these Spirit Guides. So a lot of hits here. That's sad. So do I hold on to the Basking Rootwalla for now then? I feel like I'm supposed to. Yeah, this Flooded Strand Utter is stunning. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to keep the Basking Rootwalla for now. Am I gonna ditch the Spell Queller? Yeah, I'm gonna ditch the Spell Queller. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast this Thorn of Amethyst, I think. Chalice is restricted, right? I feel like Chalice is restricted. I don't recall 100% for sure, though. Rude. Taking the bar exam tomorrow. That sounds intimidating. All right, well, we get to floop a pig into play next turn, chat. Oh, they're an Oath of Druids deck. Okay, that makes sense. So we're dead. I think we're dead, chat. I think we're dead. All right. All right, got it. Figured it out. All right, let's bring these nature claims in. I'm gonna trim this wonder. I'm gonna trim one more thing here. Manglehorn's probably not as good as I want it to be. Oh, Containment Priest is absurd. Let's get that. Let's get that bad mamma jamma in here. Thorn made our pain last longer, right? I'm gonna trim a survival. Probably a little slow. I guess the Swords is okay. A lot of the times they're not flooping Gristlebrand into play anymore, right? It's just like putting a Titan into play. But like, the question is, are we like beating the first Titan? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Can we beat the first Titan? Scene seems decent. Needs a discard outlet, but it's got like... This hand is probably far too honest for what's about to occur to us. Maybe I should also lead on Judge's Familiar. Just got mental misstepped. And the award for worst designed card in the history of Magic goes to... Ah, excellent. Most excellent. Good news, chat. We get to Nature's Claim that one with Judge's Familiar backup. Tormod's Crypt, that's rude. Who's ready to beat them to death with this spirit? I'm ready to beat them to death with this spirit. We've got spirit, yes we do. We've got spirit, how about you? I think Mental Misstep just creates miserable games of Magic and it shouldn't be legal anywhere. Nature is coming for you, opponent. Beware. Hopefully we just draw like land and just like curve Vengevine into the natural hollowed one. Just like 4 power dork, 4 power dork. We've literally doubled our clock, chat. I don't know how the opponent's ever gonna get past our motley crew here. Land. Alright, that's actually a good draw, right? We get to Spell Queller an Oath of Druids now. Are we doing it? I think we might be doing it, chat. I think we might be on our way to being a grizzly bear in this league. Here's the real question. Do I jam the Vengevine? I think the answer is yes. Still better than Netflix. Share mine with that 3-month resub. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it. This cuts the clock by a pretty significant margin. So I'm going to give them the opportunity to... That's a Force of Will. Yep. You have Force of Willed my Vengevine. Yeah, if I jam, I can't quell, but I think I'm supposed to jam. Like, they didn't have it last turn, and, like, they probably would have gone for it if they had it last turn, I think. Sam J. Stanton with the 6-month resub. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Pick up your training sword and prepare to learn to defend the realm. Brutal. We could die here because I didn't hold up Spell Queller, but I think it's right to just try and clock them when they didn't have the thing last turn. Yeah, Scred won a Grand Prix, you know. There's lots of... Modern is a glorious dumpster fire, where lots of glorious dumpster fires get to do well inside of tournaments. Sweet, we didn't die. I don't think I want to tap out for Hollowed One here. I think I just hold up... Spell Queller at this point. And I'm going to hold this land for free draw Bazaar of Baghdad. I'm going to cycle this Hollowed Boy. Look at this increased clock, chat. We get to put this Basking Rootwalla into play. Be scared. Be very scared, chat. You scared of my Basking Rootwalla? Cause you should be. Mr. Missouri with the 4-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me employed here. It was a little sudden, opponent. It was a little sudden. And this card's got gecko muscles, so it's gonna pump up the jam. Pump up the jam. Bump up the jam. Get that clickety clock going. That's fine. No, I don't think I want to cast the Hollowed one. I think especially with the increased clock that the Basking Rootwalla represents, I want to just leave Spell Queller up at all times. So playing Thalia doesn't increase the clock. Do I have another Savannah in my deck? I have to, right? You have 3 Savannahs. All right, so I'm going to attack with these, and I'm going to play Thalia rather than pump this Rootwalla, I think. And then if I end step the Spell Queller, I actually get to kill them, right? These boots were made for quelling, and that's just what they'll do. Do 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 do. Mediocre creature beatdowns. Mediocre creature beatdowns. Do 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 do. Look at that! Look at that! Look at our scrappy squad coming in hot, chat. 2 and 2, 2 and 2. This is vintage. This is like Legacy all grown up. I'm clearing. I had a couple vintage decks in the queue that I had taken, so we're clearing through these, and we'll be back to modern for the rest of the day. I think I still have 6 Legacy decks in the queue, or 5. I might suck it up and just burn through those at some point, just to get them emptied. Not this week, though, because I'm playing the Modern Open this weekend, so this weekend's going to be all Modern. Yeah, this Meme Monday is mixed. Yeah, Vintage is like Legacy in that there's no friendly league. So if we lose this next match, it costs me $12 to play this league. We have actually yet to activate Survival in this league. What do you think the tech stack for MTGO is? MTGO is written in .NET. We don't have to estimate. We know it's written in .NET. We need a Gecko Muscle emote. Did it involve Cavern of Souls by Thrawn? Or just some Green Sun Zenith shenanigans? This is the 5th match of this league. And then we have a Vintage Belcher deck after this. And then we're going to be moving on to Modern. Bazaar, Hollowed one. Keep. I think I Chalice on 0 in the dark, right? I think I Chalice on 0 in the dark. I think I'm going to ditch this, this, and this. Do this, do this, do this. Pass the turn. I can't time walk. This is a land. I know this doesn't feel like a land, but it's a land. It doesn't feel like one, but trust me, it is. AG718, thanks for checking out, honey. I appreciate it. Rude. Razor Cola with the 2-month resubscription. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Don't mind me, just time walking over here. Don't mind me, just time walking over here. Getcha. This start's probably pretty good against a lot of things. Wonder if they're going to show us what they're actually playing here. They're playing Dredge, it looks like. They could be a random Hollowed One deck as well. Wait, Dredge doesn't play Strip Mine, right? Squee, Goblin, Nabob. Alright, so they're playing some kind of brew as well. Man, they had Black Lotus, Mox Ruby in hand. Liblick! With that 3-month tier 3 resub, thank you very much for the continued support at that absurd level. Remember, we've got a donation queue submission link. It's a Google form under the stream now, bit.ly/Google submit. Or if there's already a deck in the queue that you'd like to bump up, you can whisper me that. But if you'd like to submit a new deck, be sure to use the link below the stream. I don't know what they're doing, really. Do I click submit? Do you think Trap is good? Lord of the Pearl Trident. Thank you for the 3 months and welcome back. Yeah, I guess Chalice and Thorn seem kind of medium. The Traps seem okay. Do I want Containment Priest? Containment Priest stops my Vengevine. Do we know that they're playing? They're not playing Dredge, right? Because they discarded Squee, Black Lotus, and a Mox, right? And Dredge doesn't play those cards, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that very not. I am not. Yeah, I think they're playing. I think it's a mirror match, right? I think it's a mirror match. How do we feel about Nature's Claim? I think Dahlia is actually not very good. Actually, Judge's Familiar is probably medium. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? Survival does just seem too slow for this format in general. I got you, that nerd. And do this. His hand doesn't do anything. I'm gonna mulligan. Mabakab with Mad Bokab with the $10 donation. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me pull up my Streamlabs. I assume that's for a donation deck. Do I keep this? I feel like I keep this. Pronounce Mabokab about the Abzan Loam deck. Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you for the support. I think I'm going to keep this. It's turn 1 survival, right? Click on my username here, Libelik. Click on my username and you'll be able to get to me. Boop. Ooh, candy. Ooh, candy. I'm just discarding this stupid survival again, aren't I? This card just like doesn't do anything. It's kind of funny. The survival portion... The survival portion of this deck isn't actually very good, but like the rest of it seems fine. Like the Bazaar Hollowed One Vengevine angle seems okay. But this certainly seems too slow. All right, so I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I probably should have boarded in. I guess we'll board an Energy Flux. I resubbed on my computer the day before yesterday. How come you see it now? I didn't put any amount of time for my Prime sub. So someone else said their Prime sub got bumped up too. I'm not sure how that works exactly. Not sure how that works exactly. But someone else had commented that their Prime sub was high. It's not even just green mana intensive. It's just mana intensive, period. So I get to put Tarmogoyf into play next turn. The fact that, like, we've already got all these things in play against their decks probably bodes pretty well for us, right? Like, STAX decks usually try to stop you before you get things into play. So, like, having things on board probably means they're going to be in trouble. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to any streamer completely for free. Thank you very much for the resub, Colban. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, so I'm going to leave the Verdant Catacombs untapped here because I don't want to lose them. Actually, not a problem since I've only been watching your stuff on Twitch, since your content is the best live here. Well, thank you, Lord. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm playing the Savannah out to get Wastelanded. I'm just going to pass here. Next turn, I'll only have to tap 2 things to the Tangle Wire, which means I can tap my creatures, and then I can go Savannah, cast Tarmogoyf off of land Savannah Mox. I mean, it's like extra good against decks that like don't interact with the board, right, Bob? Like their deck's not playing a bunch of cards to interact with the board. Their deck is playing a bunch of cards to like try and prevent you from getting cards onto the board in the first place. A Ninja Turtle Jr. with the $20 donation. Hot garbage for the win, and this site hates Firefox. Well, thank you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. That's a precursor goal. I mean, these definitely shouldn't be back. If these were Aether Fluxes, we'd be... I guess we wouldn't be that great. Crazy Craig. Thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, and like, they have like these 3/3s, but like I'm going to have a 3/4, and I'm going to have a bunch of, and a 4/4. So like, you know, I feel like we're in a pretty okay spot here. Yeah, they might just be straight up playing workshops. I think you're right, actually. Our Mox, our Chalice or 0 locked them out so quickly in the first game, we didn't really get to see what they were doing. Yeah, we played against another Workshops deck this league that had Bazaar as well. This attack is weird. Do they have some kind of sweeper? Yep. Yes, they do. Alright, I'm gonna pack it in at this point. I guess I don't need to pack it in. I can keep my 4/4. Jade Kitsune, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Actually, I'd rather keep this, right? Because I'm going to add creature or an artifact to the bin here. So I'm going to tap this Stork. I'm going to pay for the Tarmogoyf. Well, if I draw a Bazaar, I could end up in a pretty okay spot here. Just because we'll be able to like turn these dead cards in my hand into something useful. Yep. I guess I'll fetch basic forest here since I drew a white source. This means I can technically cast survival, right, if I draw it? Oh, no, I cannot because they have sphere of resistance, actually. So Tangle Wire goes away because of fading. They pay 2 for these and have 3 mana left over. My 4/5 is a King Among Men. This board full of 3/3s. I probably should have killed the actual precursor golem, right? Although I guess I have Swords to Plowshare, so if I draw a plow, I want to be able to plow them all. Oh, geez, that's scary. That means they have something they want to play out of their hand. That's probably the game, right? I'm just going to concede for life EV's sake. So definitely boarded wrong. Let's fix that. Do I want... I don't think I want Stony in this matchup. I left it out the last couple times we played against this archetype. Am I supposed to have Stony in this matchup? Spell Queller seems pretty medium. Survival's a little bit slow. I could have trapped. Yeah, you're right. I could have trapped. I'm just going to do this. I definitely could have trapped there. I don't think we want trap overall, but I could have trapped in that instance because they've been to the golem. Chalice on 0 is good. Exactly turn 1 on the play. Otherwise, I have to draw it, though. That sounds really bad. Maybe it's better than survival. It's an unfortunate start. Shame this hand doesn't have a Bazaar in it. It would be absurd. Oh, yep. I mean, we're keeping this. Well, I mean... we get to cast our spells. They must be playing Hallowed One as well, right? Like to draw a survival or a Bazaar here. So I just cast Hollowed One? I think I do, right? Or I just hardcast Vengevine? I guess hardcast Vengevine's pretty good. If they want to trade... Am I supposed to put the Black Lotus into play? Probably. I guess this kills in 4 turns, right? Like, they're pretty far behind as far as mana goes. I wonder if I'm supposed to hold the Lotus. Because holding the Lotus is better if we draw, holding the Lotus is better if we draw Bazaar of Baghdad. Yep, opponent is playing shop style at one package. This is exactly what they're doing. Do they keep a hand without a second land? I think they kept a hand without a second land. Unless they're just playing in post-combat. That's annoying. Don't play a third one. Oh, they have a wasteland, sure. The thought process behind designing Bazaar was that there wasn't one. Like, it's from a place, it's from a time when Magic was very, very different. We didn't understand what good game design was back when Bazaar was designed. Just gonna get basic lands here. These are for Vintage, a format of 4/4s. Why is cycling one better? I think I just am in for 5 mana 4/4s, right? Like I think I just want a bunch of 5 mana 4/4s. Why is Ravenous Trap good here? Why do I care about Squee Goblin Nabob? I think discussing the reserve list is mostly pointless, because it doesn't matter what we think or want. That's a Bazaar of Baghdad. Okay. Why would it have been good before then? Their graveyard hasn't done anything this game. Like, their graveyard's accomplished, like, exactly nothing. I think I just sit on the Bazaar for now. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass back here. Oh, I should have cast the Hollowed one. I'm dumb. I should have cast the Hollowed one. Maybe. I don't know. Saw 3. Thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Triple Goblin Nabob. Double Workshop. Worm Coil. Always full, Libelek. Always full. I have 1 Swords to Plowshares in my deck. I'll take a couple draws at it before we concede. Well, I mean, that's kind of great, right? Yeah, workshops can't pay for it, right? Yay, sideboard cards. All right, so they get 3 shots to draw an Ancient Tomb to keep part of their thing around. Yeah, we did get rewarded for not casting Hollowed One. That's very true. They're just straight up drawing 3 cards a turn here, though, because of these squeeze now, so we're probably still dead. Tabernacle doesn't really hurt us, right? I think I'm just gonna let this Mox Emerald die. This is technically free, right? Because it pays for itself. Hey, Jeff just got Twitch Prime and wanted to say how happy I am that I'm now subbed to you again. Keep up the amazing content. Thank you, Brian, for the 2-month free subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So these are all dead. And then my Vengevine's going to be attacking as a 6 whatever. So like they get to see a lot of cards here, but they have to pay a bunch for their stuff every turn. It's really kind of funny. I really feel like this deck would just be better without like the cute survival of the fittest cards. If it's just like a Vengevine Hollowed 1 deck. Bazaar of Baghdad isn't legendary. That's so weird. Nice, Jack. Which list did you play? Were you on Lavamancers in the main deck, or one of my other ones? Yeah, I think main deck Lava is like quietly absurd. Bazaar predates legendary. Makes sense. I'm gonna let this Mox Pearl die. Have your Naboob's back. This format is filled with gas, hate cards, and Squee. Yeah, right? Right, Zach? I mean, I assume they're going to have something here that lets them kill my Vengevine, right? Or block my Vengevine or something. Like they have a minimum of 6 mana here. But like anything they put into play is basically just going to like die off the following turn because of Energy Flux. They can't activate Mishra's Factory with Mishra's Workshop. No, I don't really enjoy casual Magic. It's weird. Casual Magic is weird in my opinion. I feel like I don't understand why I would want to play casual Magic when I could just like play a board game. Like Magic is just so expensive to play a casual game. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Different strokes for different folks. I also feel like a lot of those casual formats like aren't particularly well balanced. Like you have to like balance them like within your play groups, which means like you can't just like show up and play EDH with another play group, which seems weird to me. I'm gonna poke back on later tonight, Jake the Manic, and do a Delver stream, I think. Delver doesn't qualify for Meme Monday. Yeah, Cube is basically the Magic board game. I agree with that. I think that's an accurate assessment. All right, well, I get to draw 5 more cards this turn, so I'm assuming they're going to have something to fog my Vengevine again here. If we draw any artifact mana or something else like that, we can get the Manglehorn into play next turn, which would be nice. No, I don't think I'm supposed to try and draw on my 1 sword. I think I'm just supposed to, like, keep the Manglehorn in hand here. Yeah, but then, like, that doesn't generate good games of Magic, the King of Foglandia. And, like, if I'm playing just for fun, I want the games I'm playing for fun to generate good games of Magic. So, like, if I'm only playing for fun, and I show up and we play, and the games we play aren't good games, like, why did I show up? Like, it's pointless. So I can Manglehorn this potentially. We'll see what they do with their land drops. They do need a way to not die to the Vengevine too. Oh, it does die next turn. Yeah, you're super right. God bless you, Energy Flux. God bless you, Energy Flux. You powerful sideboard hate card, you. I understand why there's Energy Fluxes in the sideboard now. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. They have 5 lands, and basically none of them tap for mana. Yep. That's a Mox Jet. That's a solid one. That's another one. So this is tapping for 1, 2, 3, 4 currently. Well, they don't have that much mana, right? Because it's only making 1 per, and they have to pay 2 per. I think I want to pay to keep all of my things again. Do I want to pay to keep all of my things, or do I want to guaranteed play the Manglehorn this turn? I kind of want to guaranteed play the Manglehorn, right? I think I want to guaranteed play the Manglehorn this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and tap like this, and I'm not going to pay for one of these Noble Hierarchs. I'm going to say no to the first one. I'm going to go ahead and pay for this. So I'm using this as Lotus Petal here. I'm going to destroy their Crucible of Worlds. Go. This makes all of their future fast mana even worse. Triggers. Oh, it's funny. Are they paying to keep a Hallowed One here? I think they are. Yeah, they can keep 1 Hallowed One here. Yeah, they make 3 mana. And they're going to lose this Mox Jet. And the Tabernacle no longer makes relevant amounts of mana. They're drawing like 4 or 5 cards a turn, but like, does it really matter because of this Energy Flux? We may win timing them out because of so many triggers. You're not wrong. Listen, chat, there are tens of tickets on the line in this match here. We are 2-2. We're playing for our 3-2 pride. You have to slog on through. Yeah, they're also running out of cards. Like, there's a good chance they don't have any cards in their deck that answer Energy Flux, right? Sounds about right, J10A. Yeah, honestly, if they can't answer the Energy Flux, we might just be able to deck them. You have another Crucible here. They only get to keep this one for 1 turn, though, right? Yeah, we recalled on 1 this game. They played their Lotus out just to... They played their Lotus out just to make their Tolarian Academy make an extra mana. So I played my Mox as a Lotus Petal last turn, so we're not paying 2 to prevent that. I'm gonna pay for my Vengevine, pay for my Manglehorn here. I don't think I want a Bazaar here. I think I just pass for now again. I don't think anything meaningful comes out of activating my Bazaar here. Yeah, we're definitely not playing it, right? So there's Crucible. So the Tolarian Academy makes 3 mana currently, and they can make 4 altogether. But they have to pay 3 to keep the Hollowed one. So if they keep the Hollowed one here, they lose Crucible. Oh, they have Black Lotus to make mana for the turn. Black Lotus makes them plenty of mana, so they could keep the Hollowed one for a turn. I'm not attacking because I don't want them to trade their thing. Like, I don't have a good way to get this Vengevine back into play. Alright, there's 13 cards left in their deck. Like, can they actually kill me before they die? Their deck has like 4 Tabernacles in it? That's so absurd. So which of these do I want to pay for? They wouldn't have been dead on board this turn, Bob, because they could just play a land out of their discard pile and then have Mishra's Factory. But I guess then they couldn't have strip mined me, so maybe that's fair. I keep Vengevine Hierarch, you think so? Yeah, I guess Vengevine Hierarch makes sense. I could save them all with Spirit Guide, but I think the Spirit Guide's more valuable in my hand, right? Yeah, but chat, if I would have... I'm just going to time people out. That's not what we're talking about. If you're going to tell me I'm wrong, pay attention, please. I think I just let the Manglehorn die and keep Hierarch Vengevine. The way this game is played out, I'm really kind of sad that I binned the second Noble. Yeah, I think the Spirit Guide's more valuable in my hand. I agree with that. So they can strip mine me again next turn. I'm going to start. Again, remember, if you want to tell me I'm wrong, you got to tell me why I'm wrong. You got to say, you should keep those because, and then articulate yourself. So they have to pay 6, 7, 8 next turn. And they can currently make 3, 4. I can't cast... Oh, I guess I can cast Swords. No, I can't cast Swords because I have to discard down to 1 card in hand if I Bazaar. Because this still... Yeah, they can pay for 1 thing here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Hopefully this Energy Flux just wins us the game. Well, they can't pay for Lodestone and Crucible, because Lodestone costs 3 and Crucible costs 2, and they only have 4 mana. So they can't keep 2 things. They have to sacrifice 2 of them. Yeah, and like, I think we're winning this game, but like, it's just not really a very interesting game of Magic, right? Like there aren't really a ton of, like, might just like had this energy flux, so they're dying. I think I boarded my Wonder out. Yeah, I boarded my Wonder out, which maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. I feel like my assessment of this match wasn't going to be about creature combat seems like an okay assessment. So they have a blocker this turn. Remember, they can play Strip Mine, and Strip Mine makes mana to let them block with Mishra's Factory if they want to. Apparently they don't want to. We have another blocker here. So like, how do they actually kill me? So do I Bazaar because this Basking Rootwalla is free to get into play? Probably not. I think I just passed for now. No, I think I just passed. Like, I have to pay a mana for it. I think we're just looking to run them out of cards, right? Yeah, I just next upkeep. So they get 4 mana, so they can keep a Golem plus Crucible here. I assume we're getting Strip Mined this turn. Well, our next vintage deck is a very quick one. So now the question becomes, do I just let this Vengevine die, right? No, I don't have any more Vengevines, and then I like activate Bazaar next turn, unless they have another artifact creature, in which case then it's just whatever. Tanglewire, sure. Why should I activate Bazaar? I think I just let the Vengevine die. Did they forget to play a land? No, they strip mined me, right? If we get a second Rootwalla, we can bring back Vengevine. Yep. Or a Noble Hierarch. I'm just going to pass the turn for now. Terrace, ready for the meme cannon to blast off. Thank you for the 4-month resubscription. I appreciate that. I don't know if they actually have the tools to kill me left in their deck. I guess like this Mishra's Factory might do it. Well, the problem is I have 3 hollowed ones gone already. Is the issue. I had to discard through hollowed ones to find this Energy Flux to stay alive earlier this game. So they have 3 here, so they can pay to keep Crucible and Tanglewire. Are they paying to keep this Golem is the question. They paid to keep Tanglewire, okay. Yeah, I think the plan is to try and kill them with Vengevine, Bob. I'm just gonna like wait on this second Bazaar. I assume they're gonna wasteland me this turn. Although they might finally need to just like start playing mana producing lands to keep their stuff. I can use the Bazaar on upkeep, maybe. I guess this is our chance, right? Yeah, we have enough bad cards that upkeep Bazaar seems okay. They have 3 minutes left. They have 3 minutes left. I don't think they're timing out. I think we're supposed to go for it this turn. Oh, you know what the issue is with upkeep Bazaar? It's going to happen in response to this Tangle Wire trigger, right? So I have to do it in response here. I guess that's probably fine. If I just hit like a second Rootwalla or a Noble Hierarch, I can kill them. That's pretty good. This Dahlia's not doing anything. Yeah, I'm aware I can play the Bazaar from hand still. Alright, so Noble Hierarch, Hollowed One, sweet. Alright, so they're dead. Ding. Ding. Look at that, chat. Look at that. We did it! Woo! We 3-2'd! Woo! Alright, so that was a strange game of Magic. Almost halfway to my sword, Nicholas Bolas. Thank you for the 5-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Real, living, breathing humans who play Vintage that are watching this, take my words with a grain of salt because I don't play much Vintage. This deck, the survival package seemed really bad. I don't know if those games are representative of like what's going on to the format as a whole, but like the Bazaar, Vengevine, Hollowed One, Basking Rootwalla, like that whole package seemed like it was kind of okay. Maybe if you like paired that package with some disruption, some other meaningful disruption, it could be pretty reasonable. Because like this is a pretty quick clock, both of these angles of attack, right? So like if you paired these with maybe like Godok Teagues and more Thalias, like more poop bears, basically more bears that let you activate Vengevine, maybe even just like more Judges Familiars, like I feel like this could be pretty reasonable. Yeah, the fast Thalias were good. So basically like these survivals are kind of some nonsense. Spell Queller was okay, but like the Squee, Bazaar, Vengevine, Hollowed One, like that whole thing seemed great. This seemed like less than stellar. Honestly, I probably wouldn't mind another Hooting Mandrills or two in here. We actually never drew this card, but it would have been absurd at several points, just like more cheap 4/4s to put into play. All right, one more Vintage deck before we